All right, so here we are. This is Ryan with RS Rolling Classics Lake Geneva. That's a picture of Maryland. Um, Rolling Classics is home to Maryland. So today we're going to talk about a 302 that's being installed on this pinto on the lift. So there she is. This is the, we're going to talk about putting the starter ring on here. It's terrible. We'll talk a little bit about what to look for with the starter ring. So this is the old one. Some of the teeth were kind of chewed up. So this one's going to go bye-bye. I've got a new one underneath it. So let's talk about this. So a flywheel is manual and a Flexplate's for the automatic. I'm just trying to be as technical as I can. We're talking about the engine plate, which is this guy right here. And according to my small block engine manual, it says you're going to want to put a small adhesive on here to keep this on here, which makes sense because I put a little dab of RTV and let it cure overnight because you're going to be fighting that thing forever, trying to get it just a loose fit. It's got these little locking pins. Don't waller them out or do anything weird with them. It's supposed to be a really tight fit. You want that. It'll hold the plate on. Yeah, don't mess with that. Then it starts messing up the holes here, and you don't want any of that. Those pins, leave them alone. Okay, get that on. Set your RTV on there and along there. So what they say in the manual, the other thing you want to check, and I did this myself, I made sure they had 157 teeth, and this is the engine side. You can tell how it's kind of tapered here. It goes up, and I already counted them once, and then I just kind of laid this over the top, and I made sure that I had 157 for the other one. So let's go look at this bottom one. And this is the engine side. I marked engine side. So there we go. So this being the engine side, we have to be careful how we're putting this together. If you have just this, I've seen people put these on without the ring. Okay, this ring, let's talk about this ring. And since that's the engine side, the ring's going to be on this side, okay? We'll see why that's important. It says it has a flex plate. You also have a load spreader, which this is a ring, the same bolt pattern as the flywheels. It's to spread the load for the engine mounts and doesn't become overstressed. Don't forget this ring. I won't forget it. Torque them in a zigzag pattern, 75 to 80 feet, foot-pounds. I've been in aviation. This smaller torque wrench would work, technically, I guess, because it does top out at 80 foot-pounds. But my practice is I don't work with anything of the 15% or on the top, and I don't work with the 15% on the bottom. You want a mid-range. It's more accurate if you have it in the mid-range. You start getting at the top and the bottom in aviation, that's a no. So I've got one here set at 80. Let's see what else. And I've seen people look at these and go, you know what? I think I got the wrong one. This ring doesn't match up with any of the holes, and people start wallering them out. Well, here you go. You start right here, and you try to get two opposite ones lined up, and then you find out that, hey, this one doesn't line up. You know, you're like, all right, well, let's just keep going around and get two opposite ones to line up. And then you go, well, that doesn't quite line up. That one and that one don't quite line up. So what I did, and it only goes on one way. Don't start wallowing this stuff out. It came off this thing. It's going to go back on this thing, okay? Here, these other ones are not lining up, okay? Don't mess with them. No, nothing there, okay? So just keep going. It only goes on one way. 6 holes. Close. No, I don't think so. Okay, so finally, I already pre-marked these. Now, look at that. Every one of the... Wow. Yeah, see? Amazing. Yeah, you're in awe right now. Good. You didn't have to waller it out. Okay, another thing you need to know is that they ask you to put sealer on here. And let's show you why. Okay, so right here, compositions. It says apply a sealer to the bolt threads. Install the torque 75 to 80 pounds. Okay? Because there is those bolt holes go all the way through to the doesn't become overstressed. Here we go. Don't forget the sealer. It says this book, I love this book, okay? So 302's another ones. Don't forget the sealer. I reread this whole thing before I even started. The mount holes on the crankshaft are drilled and tapped straight through to the flange to the engine's case. And this will result in an oil leak past the threads. Okay, so these have never been off. These were the original bolts. And before I cleaned them up, I did notice that there was a thread sealer. And always mark, these are specific. You can see the heads on these are kind of cool. But these are the original bolts. And bag and tag them, all right? And I did the inspection. I put this down here and looked the light. And I did find out, of course, yes, oil can get through these holes and cause a leak or come out because they go to the engine side. So I'm not going to get too crazy here. I'll get it started. We'll see how far we can get with this. Okay. There we go. Have a seat right there. You guys just watch, okay? You don't even have to get up. All right. So that's the engine side. We're going to put a little sealer. You're going to have to trust me on this, guys. I'm putting a little sealer on here. Just give me a second. A little bit of sealer. A little bit goes a long way. No big deal, okay? As the threads go in, it spreads the sealer out into the rest of the threads as you're putting them in. So you don't need to gob these up. It's only through the threads, okay? So just give me a minute. Don't start counting yet. No, hang on, we're almost there. I cleaned these bolts up. I did get all the old sealants off. So this stuff here, and the factory didn't put a lot on either. It was just enough to take up the gap in the threads. And like I said, when you put this on here, it'll spread to all the other threads, and we're not going to see a leak. Nobody likes a leak. You know, like, oh, it's an old engine. No, you know, you can make an old engine new again. It doesn't have to be that, oh, it's old and leaks. No. Not if you put it together right. So, and again, I marked, oh, you know what I didn't do? So I didn't mark where this one lines up. Let's see this one here. But where are you at? Nope. You can even see here while I'm doing this, I'm just rotating this. Two of them opposite, the best you can, and then you look and go, nope. And then if two line up and all the other ones do, that's a no. Then you know you got the right holes lined up. Nope. Wow. That's still a no. Let's keep going here. Got it here. And nope. Now 6 different positions you can put this on, technically. So, of course I probably started the wrong one. That actually looks decent. Let me try one more. Yeah, that's not it. Alright, so we're going to know soon enough. That looks really good. Really good. I like how that looks. So you can see where that mark is here. So we're going to put it on so the mark comes up over where this hole is. Okay? Let's do that. There's the mark. We're gonna know soon enough. I got the inside down. We got the stress plate. Wow. You know, that's the thing when you're doing videos, it's not always don't worry, I'll get it on there. Nope. One started. The pain in the butt. Now you're gonna notice I'm not gonna tighten all these down until I know everyone starts. These are such close tolerance that there's only one way. If I can't get them all started, then I guess I picked the wrong one. But I've seen other videos where people have wallered these out or even reordered this ring, thinking, hey, what the heck happened? And sure enough, They're like, send this one back. Give me another one. No. No. If you had this manual in this book, instead of just going off of, people's little quick videos, I know they're trying to help. I get it. I'm trying to help you guys too. And if I show you this, and if I tell you twice, it's going to be on tomorrow's test, okay? So, yeah. I said it more than twice. So, yep, going to be on tomorrow's test. I had an old teacher told me that. Aviation. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I don't know. Anyway, it's fun. All right, so here we go. I actually got them on. Look at that. Now, had this ring been on the wrong way, these would have never gone on. Okay? And it's just a quick torque, but I want to show you too. But I also have a way of holding this, and I'm going to show you here in a minute. I actually purchased it specifically for this job and future jobs. So let's get this all torqued up. There we go. Actually, and for torques, 6-point. Don't play with the 12-point. 12 points will round stuff out. So Snap-on guy goes, hey, I got a deal for you on these. Depends on what you're doing. But he's like, I got a deal for you on these 12 points. Then you go to torque something and find out how easy you can strip something, especially when you get into the higher torques. So let's just get a little snug here. Let's, just like putting on a tire, do a little zigzag. And I'm just snugging them. That's just to make sure the plate goes on flat. There's nothing that says a certain torque, unless you're dealing with ones that have a step-up torque. Then you're going to have to pay attention. But for something like this, no. This is just you making sure that the plate's flat. It's like putting, like I said, putting on a tire on the car. This is what we do. Make sure it doesn't go on cockeyed. And no, I'm not getting anywhere near 80 foot-pounds, okay? So let's start with this one. Snug, 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 snug. Just, you get the idea, right? Yeah. If you don't, put the wrench down. Joking. Okay. So, I've already got the larger one set. Oh, great, I need an adapter. Hang on. There we go. Forgot which, using an adapter. Let's hope that I can find one quick enough. Dang it. Come on. Really? Alright, tell you what, I know what the size is. Just give me a minute. This is a 3/4, with a 3/4 1/2-inch drive with a 1/2-inch setup. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. 1/2-inch setup. 3/4. Get the big boys out. Come on. 3/4. All right, well, if I don't find my 3/4, we will, I don't have that bigger one. All right, I don't know. Come on. Oops. Of course. All right, well, guys, we're going to leave it at that.